Good afternoon or evening, everybody. How are you doing? I hope we're all doing very well. My name is Braden. You're watching 737 Sim Pilot. We are currently situated here in Tampa International, my home airport. You can just about see my house over there. I'm just kidding. I don't live that close. But we are going to be taking a flight from Tampa to Denver. We're going to be operating United 1834 today. A 5-hour and 8-minute flight. Let's go ahead and get everything open because we need to rock and roll. While we get everything loaded, close that. Let's go ahead and record additional services. Let's get the lavatory.
Lavatory service has been requested. Potable water service has been requested.
Alright, that is filed. And connect. Oh, hit that. Oh, I see. Whoa. There we go. Why is he floating there? Alright, we're connected to the Vatsim network, so let's go ahead and into the cockpit. Flight plan load. And Tampa to San Francisco, 1834, November 36247. November 36247 is checked, and logbooks and publications are on board and checked. Electric control pumps off. Gears down 3 green. That is good. The upper section ground request. Brake is set. And above 23 ample voltage. Go ahead and fix our lights really quickly so that we can see. Because we have HDR in the game, so we don't want to, if we have wrong lights here, it'll mess all of that up. Alright, that is vicious road light. And we can see I'm supposed to walk around. Right, coming to the right side, so quick breakers. Breakers on the left. All checked, main gear extension doors closed, gear pins, all 3 are on board. And oxygen masks 1 and 2, full fume HUD is on board. Fire bottle pressure is checked. Crash axis is on board. Safety ropes 1 and 2 are on board. Headsets 1 and 2. And oxygen masks 1, 2, and 3, and a third headset because we're going to have a jump seater today. That is checked and looking good. The ship setbacks are on board and our life vests on board. Checked. Alright, let's go ahead and start with the flow.
Refueling truck is on
Service center phone we will not need as this guy's already done his walk now. First there's 1, 2, no lights, engine control guarded, no lights, just above, up between 16, 17, and possible question guarded. Good. Good. Right, oh shit. That's it. Good, hear sound, but right, good. First flight of the day. I forgot to test these two guys. Go. Go. Auto. Initial cruise is 340 with a landing elevation of 13 feet. Looking good. Down. Acceleration altitude of 818. Hey, Fire, how are you? Hey, Aviation Geek. Fire, sorry I couldn't do the flight to Mike Hotel Tango Golf. But it wouldn't stop storming in Honduras today, I'm sure as you know. So I knew I wouldn't be able to get the approach in. But I was flying the practice approach. That's what I put on shorts. It was really fun. All right, so in Tampa, winds are 080 10 miles visibility, broken at 5,000, and temperature is 29, dew point 23, altimeter 2989. How's your day been, guys? All right. Coming over, departure heading of 07. Top altitude of 6,000 feet.
Fuel truck is in position.
Sweet.
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives. And
Yeah, 6,000 set. The AFO side is done. Cross. Pressure's in the green band. Gears down to the green. Go. Select 1818. 1892. 3000. 2960 is valid. And the FO has come back from walk around, so Google lights off. And is checked. Good. I can go ahead and get the flashlight off now. Get one. So when I recorded the short, I could only see the runway when I was 500 feet above the ground. When I was further back, I couldn't see it at all. So I was kind of flying in blind. Not totally, like I could roughly see it, but the weather was really bad and there was thunderstorms literally on top of the runway. And a couple of the approaches I did, it was raining, which for that challenging of approach, raining is not terrible, but it would not be ideal because when it rains, it messes with your depth perception. All right, all guarded. We'll test that in just a minute. We'll leave that for just right now. Ups are up and idle, idle. Cut off, stab trim switch is normal. Also, another reason why it wouldn't be possible is because the airport doesn't have any lights. Stand by, that's good. We have a squawk code today of 7432. Seven. Yeah, there's a really big storm cell over there right now. I was actually looking, because I was planning to do it, but I was looking before I started the flight planning for this flight. There's a storm cell. That's 1.5. I mean, if it was a normal airport, yeah, I wouldn't have any problem doing it with rain and whatever. That's not the issue. It's just, it's a really fun approach. It's really trippy to fly. Yeah, hopefully tomorrow. I always say tomorrow. No, but seriously, hopefully tomorrow it will lighten up a little bit. And if in case we decide to come back, we're gonna go 108 S190. Perfect. All right, check back order, Captain. But I know exactly what plane I'm gonna fly. I was researching it. We're gonna be taking in a 737-700 into. I have no clue how to say it. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it. But we'll be taking a 737-700. I already have the livery line planned out. I'm ready to go. All right, 737-800 entering 26K, Iraq 2409. Valid. Airport VRF Tampa. Yeah. Well, I just use a 900 because I fly it the most and I'm most comfortable with it. But I was like, there's no way they're taking the 900 into there. That thing is too long. But man, I had that puppy loaded, I think 50% with 7,000 pounds of fuel. Max speed brake, max reverse. I think I stopped at like 5,000 feet because it was so funny. And then we're going to San Francisco. Tampa. Yes. While they're refueling, let's go ahead and ask for the catering service. Yeah, I saw a 737-200, but there isn't one in the game. Yeah, but I know United for a fact you operated the 700s into there, so I'll just stick with the 700. I mean, I could probably get a 900 into there loaded normally, but I like to fly with realism. Departing 1 right for the Dormore 3 transition fruit.
Catering vehicles are on their way.
San Francisco arrival. We're arriving. ILS 28 left transition Archie on the Hanoi. Oh, sorry, Damon 5 transition. Perfect request. And block fuel is good. We're expecting 36.6. Sorry, 35.6. Not 36. 35.6 is the plan. Zero fuel weight of 122.7 is valid. Reserves 5.6 is checked. Ignore that for a second. Cost index of 5. Cruising at 340, then we'll step up to 360. Well, let's go to 340 and then we'll step it up in a little bit because there's no reason to get that close to Coffin Corner. And cruise winds of 329 at 7 is valid. Or how are we doing on the fuel truck? Still pumping? Are you done? I didn't request boarding. I don't know why I did it. Alright, and the runway wind for runway 28 left is 080 at 6. Slope of negative 0.05. Yeah, sorry, wrong runway. 0.1 on the slope. 0.1 on the slope. And let's get the route data. Winds request. Finish thrust to flow. Speed brake is in the down detent and confirmed. Put my hand on it. Coming down, we will be departing on 122.8, and our other frequency will be Temple Tower. Temple Tower 119.5. Alright, in case we have to make a return, just copy it from the other side. 1089. Yeah, yep. And the rest of it is good. We do not need subcal on, so that's perfect. Looking good. Back up we go. Load. That's loading in. Let's go ahead and performance. One right. 45. And one limit. So today we are 45. Lap 5. 145, 147, 152. 46. Yeah. Really? So it's not. Is it? It's still open though, right? Like GA airplanes fly in there still, right? And descent at speed for Damon. Oh, okay. I was kind of confused. I thought it closed for some reason. I don't know why. I just thought it closed. Alright, and our departure speed will be, or sorry, V2 is 152. Safe climb out speed, so we'll get that entered. On, VNAV, LNAV. Checked. Air data. Data airport traffic. Checked. Flight plan now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright, perfect. Catering trucks are out of the way. Go truck load full. Alright, we're gonna be resetting the position. And on disappeared. Oof. 0. And we'll get boarding started.
Boarding requested.
Alright, so for our routing today, we have been cleared via Dormer 3 to Fruit, then direct Rosley, then Yankee 280 to Redfin, then direct HRV, direct LSU, direct AEX, Alpha Echo X-Ray, direct Adam, then direct Toad, then direct Pub, then direct HU Hotel Bravo Uniform, direct Elmu Echo Lima Lima Mike Uniform, then direct MILF, direct Kitten, then Quebec 146 to Cats, Quebec 136 to Rumps, that's Romeo Uniform Mike Papa Sierra, check, then direct Oscar Alpha Lima, then direct Hanoi, India, the Oscar Echo, the Daymid 5 arrival. Let's go ahead and get that GP8WS test in. Give it a second, she's gonna lag like crazy.
Pull up.
Get the
Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear.
big
Terrain.
left.
Terrain. Pull up. Airspeed low. Airspeed low.
Alright, so Tampa, why are you at night? Go over these charts just a second. Let's get that decast test run. Alright, so for taxi out, I expect to push facing to the right. We'll take Golf 1 to Charlie, cross runway 10 at Charlie, then get on 1 right at Charlie 1. Runway 1 right is 8,300 feet long. At an elevation of 18, we'll be accelerating at 818 feet. We have a slope of up 0.1. This should not be too great of a factor. Other than that, threats for departure, we are departing at night, but there is no other threats. It's relatively quiet, so it should be a great flight. Do you have any questions, comments, or concerns? Perfect. Let's go ahead and request payload. Right there. Get the CG again, just make sure they got it right. Because GSX loves to mess with my CG. Alright, that is checked. Charts. Boom. Standard instrument. The highest MSA of Tampa is 2,700 feet, so in case of a engine out, we'll climb straight ahead 25 nautical miles and hold at 2,700 or higher. We will climb out at 152 and then retract flaps on schedule. Oh, that's horrible. I was looking at Wikipedia, I saw there was like a ton of accidents. There was one as recently as 2018, I believe. Hold on. In case of engine out, or in case we decide to come to stop anything before 80 knots, we'll come to stop anything after 80 knots, that's engine out. Tire bursts or lost hydraulics or anything else critical to flight, we will take it up into the air. If we do decide to come to stop, we will apply. I will disconnect the auto full thrust idle. I apply max manual braking to ensure our RTO is working, and then I apply full reverse and manually pull the speed brake up. I'll confirm the speed brake is up and I'll call 185.65. Any runway is remaining, and once we come up, I'll set the brake. Alright, thank you very much. And once we come to a stop and we decide to evacuate, and I will confirm the parking brake is set, and I will pull the cockpit voice recorder and the flight data recorder. We will flip the emergency exit lights, and we will make a call, evacuate, evacuate, evacuate. That's crazy. I heard there was like an accident where a plane came too close or hit the hill, so they like chopped down the hill, if I'm not mistaken. So you can see our routing. We're gonna go right over New Orleans, or LSU, coming in through just over Texas, and then we're going to Kansas. I believe we're gonna go to Arkansas as well, through Colorado, and through maybe Idaho, possibly. I don't know, but yeah. Alright, let's check the restrictions for departure. Since we are going to be departing runway 1 right, we're going to climb out heading 07 to 540 feet, then on a heading of 03. It is checked, and then we'll level off at 6,000. Oh, nice. Okay, so a little bit before my time as well. It was about 10 years before I was born. And we are clear to land, and we are going to be valid to land in San Francisco. Hey Mitch, how are you? And one final thing to note about the takeoff that I forgot to... One final thing to note about the takeoff is we're going to be departing at about 11,000 pounds over our max landing weight. So in case you do make a return to Tampa, we are going to have to burn 11,000 pounds of fuel. Or if it is critical, we can land on runway 1 left, and we'll have to do the overweight landing checklist. Alright. Let's get that pre-flight checklist going. Flight attendant pilot briefing is done. Flight deck windows 1 and 2 locked. Oxygen was tested 100%. IRS sectors are nav. Hydraulics are checked and on. Auto throttle is armed. Wheel control panel is set. And altimeters and flight instruments are 29er, 89, 18, 818, 29er, 89, 218, 818, and 29er, 9 checked. Ground proximity was checked, and the speed brake lever is in the down detent and confirmed. Parking brake is set. Start lever is cut off, and transponder is on standby. Good. Pre-flight checklist complete. Since passenger boarding has just begun, let's go ahead and ask for the PCA to give it a couple minutes for it to do so. Tampa traffic, United 1834, radio check please. The little PMBG truck coming to pick it up. See, this would be me. Ooh. Let's slow the speed down just a little bit. This would be me in the terminal staring out at the plane. Wish Jetway would connect right, but what can you do? Alright, PCA has been disconnected, so we are going to go ahead and start the APU forward. Just ensuring that the trim air switch is off, and it is. The reason why you want the trim air switches off is because if you don't, then you'll get a zone temp warning. It's really hard to fix. It's a nuisance light, but it's can't stop it. You can't fix it. Very annoying. Really? That's crazy. That's wild to hear. They had stuff like that. No, I haven't really seen too much on Msfs 24. All I know is I'm going to spend money on it. But yeah, there hasn't been anybody I really watch that's done it. Like A330 driver and V1 weren't invited to us. I didn't really watch it, but I've heard it's good. But I think the PMBG is still going to be way better. But I don't know. I'll have to try it. You know what I mean? I'll have to try it to make my final judgment. And we're just about to get a new weather here in Tampa. On the right CTAF frequency. Yeah, 119.5. Nobody's online. There's a real United 737 flying this flight right now, actually. Oh yes, any feelings done? So let's sign on. No, where are they? Come on. Oh, it's yeah, it's a max 8. No, 800. What did I do wrong? Wait. Yeah, I put it in right. Oh, it's B3A down. Here we go. United 1835. Here we go. Yep. So we're gonna be going to Louisiana, then up Texas, Oklahoma, and then we're gonna stay in Oklahoma. We're not gonna go to Kansas, then Colorado, Utah, Nevada, and then California. Boarding done. Just waiting for the final passengers to get on. Oh, wouldn't you know? Alright. Lieutenant, on cross check doors to departure. Alright, let's get the beacon light on. And let's give the departure briefing to the passengers. Ladies and gentlemen, from Flight Deck, this is Captain speaking. My name is Braden. We'd like to welcome you aboard United Flight 1834, non-stop service from Tampa to San Francisco. Flight time today will be 5 hours 9 minutes. We're going to be cruising at 34,000 feet, then going up to 36,000. Should be pretty smooth getting out of Tampa, but we may hit a few bumps, so we are going to ask you please keep those seatbelts on until we get up to the cruise altitude when you take them off. It should be pretty smooth until we get around to Colorado, then we may hit a few bumps. We'll have to put the seatbelt signs on. Other than that, the weather is looking great in San Francisco currently. There is slight breeze. Temperature is 77 degrees with a 44% humidity. Thank you very much for flying with United, and we hope you enjoy the rest of your flight. Alright, looking good. Passenger briefing is done. Right, let's go ahead and call for push start. And before start check. Oh, I don't want you open. Yeah, forget it. Alright, before pushback. Planned fuel is 35.6. Fuel pumps, aft, forward, and center pumps are all on. Doors are all closed and checked. And cockpit to ground, the parking brake is set. You can remove the shocks. Thank you.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin.
Let's get ready to rumble, people. Tampa traffic, United 1834, going to be pushing back from gate Alpha 7, going to be facing to the right, going to be taking Gulf 1. Tampa traffic. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know, but I am like super freaking excited for Msfs 2024. I'm not going to be dropping any more money on 2020 because I'm not certain that all my add-ons are going to carry over, so I'm going to be a little cautious before hold off for a little bit. Alright, we have new weather in Tampa. Winds are variable at 10 sector miles visibility. Broken at 5,500. Temperature is 29, dew point 22, altimeter 290. Wait a second till we get out of the box, start our engines. Yeah. I'll let that populate in just a second. Alright, starting engines. Oil pressure. And fuel too. Alright, so winds are variable. What do you mean? Yeah, I can't type variable. We'll just have to wait for the METAR to roll over. But other than that, outside air temp is let's start. Number 2. Back. 1. Trust me, plane's not going down. Turn off, fool. There we go.
Please set parking brakes.
Low pressure. Adding fuel 1. METAR will roll over soon. METAR. METAR.
Unlocking gear.
Let's start number 1.
Tow truck
Check,
disconnected.
recall,
Bypass
check.
pin removed.
Set flap 5.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
And trim 5.28 is checked. I like that a little bit. Like that a little bit more. Alright. Speeds are gauge. Neutral. Left. Right. Right. Left. Neutral. Looking good. Alright. You'll get that off, and we'll go ahead and give a flick of the taxi light. Basically, thank you for what you're doing. Flip the trimmer on. Alright, after start checklist, please. After start checklist. Generator is 121, probeats on, anti-ice not needed, recall was checked, auto brake RTO, set flap 5, reference speeds are 146, 147, 152, 146, 147, 152. Oh, sweet, weather rolled over just now. Take off 37. And remains same 141, 146, 153. That is set and checked. 1, 2, and 141, 146, 153, 141, 146, 153. Checked. Alright. And FMC is set. Reference speeds are, we just checked. Trim 5.28 set. 0 and 0'd. Flight controls were checked and APU switch is off. Perfect. After start checklist complete. Damn traffic United 1834 going to be taxiing via Golf 1 to Charlie, crossing runway 10 at Charlie, then getting on 1 right at Charlie 1 for the dormitory RNAV departure. Damn traffic. X lights on. Please parking brake. Clear to the left, clear to the right. Off we go. It's downtown Tampa. Funny, my mom and my stepdad were actually eating dinner right there. University Mall, International Mall. Alright, Charlie is clear traffic. Because we're going to be entering runway environment. Gas on. Green light on. Position strobe light on. And we're clear to the left, clear to the right, clear to cross, runway 10. Tampa traffic United 1834 crossing runway 10. Tampa traffic. Recall is checked once more. Lights are on. You can cross. Oh, drone camera got left behind. Oh, get me back in the cockpit. I don't like being away. Let's get some speed so we're not slouching along. Yeah, excellent. Autofill offers. Traffic United 1834, clear runway 10 at Charlie. Taxiing Charlie 1 to 1 right. Charlie 1, runway right. Alright, let's get weather radar on the right side. Terrain is on. And weather radar. Boom, boom, boom. What does it say? Thank you for complying with noise abatement procedure. Of course. Yeah, but I say it every time, it's my favorite airport, one of the best airports in the world. And before takeoff checklist. Before takeoff, recall was checked, departure briefing is done, departure announcement complete. Air conditioning pressurization is set, start switches are continuous. Flaps planned 5, flap 5 set, takeoff. And transponders on TRA, lights on, clear on the approach, clear to the left. Tampa traffic United 1834 is taking off runway 1 right for the Dormer 3 departure. Tampa traffic. Let's get the cam on. Cam's messed up. Of course it is, because I always hit it somehow. And turning on to the runway. Alright, Gabby. Takeoff thrust set. Knots checked.
V1. Rotate.
Pilots are ready to climb, gear up. And accelerating. He checked, flap 1. Now traffic United 1834 is at 1,600, climbing for 6,000 on the Dormer 3 on departure. And flap 1 green light, flaps up, speed check. Pitching up to maintain VM. Flaps are up all the way. Alright, flaps are up, no lights. Speed 250. You're off. And we'll be leveling off 6,000, flight level change, vertical speed, and altitude hold. 5,400 for 6,000 checked. Time of traffic United 1384 is at 5,900, climbing 6,000, going direct skies. Time of traffic. Legs, direct skies. Execute. Because there's traffic approaching head on, and I don't want a piece of that. Alright, we're clear of the conflict. We don't have to go past 25. Thanks, man. Thank you so much. Okay, we actually gotta turn it a lot quicker right now. Hold on. This guy's... Even though it says he's above us, I don't trust that he knows what he's doing. Right, no more than 25 the bank. Alright, let's get a new magenta line to skies. New magenta line. Dip down too far there. Yeah, it is Vatsim, but this guy's not on CTAF. Alright, climbing to... Ooh, that's a little high. 340. And we're gonna go VNav. And let's keep on the continuous thrust just a little bit longer so we get out of this visible moisture. probably fly her up to 8,000 today. Since it's a little bit longer of a flight. I'm gonna get all the flight time in I can. Even though departing Tampa is usually a little bit boring, going to the north. Now going to the south. Now, if you're departing to the north but you're going to the south, it can be fun. Versus vice versa, if you're going to usually departing to the south is a lot of fun in Tampa because they have you doing 180s and all kinds of fun stuff. And we'll go continuous dust off because we appear to be well out of the clouds now. And now, because I can do it. Off takeoff checklist, please. Off takeoff checklist. Vision, leads and packs are on and auto. Gear is off, no lights. Flaps are up, no lights. And APU is not on. We're needed. Now I'll probably engage the autopilot once we pass skies. That'll be around, I'll give him another minute or two after skies, probably after Dower. We'll put her on. SD 18000, SDs 123 for you and me. Hang lights off. Flight attendants, you may begin your services now. In the right turn. Get a new magenta to dormer. And once we're back in straight level flight, I'll get that autopilot on. Alright. Let's get her straightened up. Band-Aid. A little turbulence out here. Not very much. Just a little bump right there. Yeah, you can see we're cruising along super smooth right now. don't know if you guys saw what I did, but I changed the cruise to 360 since max 270 give us a cushion at Coffin Corner, and we go up to our altitude. And it's optimal. Not. Yeah, it's not. I mean, the game's not super realistic, but best we can get. I think my average wind at 360 should be like 7. Yeah, it's gonna be 7 knots. They say the average wind is gonna be 7 knot headwind. Yeah, the game's a little iffy with winds and turbulence. Like, on departure, they model thermals well, so it's very nice, but you get some weird gusts just here and there, not like an updraft or downdraft. Kind of like a little bit of wind shear, but it's whatever. Not so much in this departure. The thermals were pretty good climbing out, but that's expected. I think we went over my house, roughly. Yeah. Pretty close. I just hope ATC stays online. So far we have Fort Worth and Kansas, Denver. San Fran won't be on, but that's okay. I can live without San Fran being on. Now, the only thing I'm confused about with the winds is why we have a tailwind. There isn't a wind chart saying I should have a tailwind right now. I should have a headwind, but that's okay. Yeah, I saw it coming. Truth be told, I am kind of excited for it. I like the hurricanes when they come. Not because people get hurt. I hate that part, but I like the rain. I like just all of it. I like the atmosphere. And we are 350 for 360. Checked 1, 2, 3 times. And once we level off, we'll get new winds. Okay. Yeah, words in my mouth. Wow. I'm a little disappointed though with the hurricane. I'm supposed to have a flight lesson Friday again, but it's probably gonna get canceled. Alright, 360. First things first, let's get the passengers out. Their seats. We will be landing in about 4 hours and 40 minutes. Get the belts off. Ladies and gentlemen, for flight deck, this is Captain speaking. We are going to turn the seatbelt sign off as it's looking pretty smooth up in cruise. As I mentioned, we're probably going to hit a couple bumps over Kansas and Denver. So we're going to put those seatbelts on around there. But other than that, it's looking pretty smooth. We should have you on the ground in approximately 4 hours and 40 minutes. Thank you very much for flying with United. We hope you enjoy the rest of your flight. Alright, looking good. Turning on a heading of 299. 299. And let's get new winds. West. You know, I'm not sure why, but the plane was suggesting I take in, my flight planning service was suggesting I take an extra hour of fuel. So I did. It's not so much San Francisco I'm worried about. I was gonna take it down to 45, the company standard, but I was looking and I was like, oh. I was looking over, there's a cell, there's severe icing over the Denver area, and then we have this band moving across the country, so I was like, I mean, and if I have to go around or below it, probably not though, it's not looking too bad. I would think, from what I understand, that we should be over it, but we'll see. Man, we're getting close to Coffin Corner. I mean, we still have a good buffer, though. Usually, I don't take it this close to Coffin Corner, but, well, typically, I'm not this close to Coffin Corner normally, but we are pretty heavy. Save on as much fuel as possible. Should be landing with 8.7. That's looking good. Alright, so about probably 5 miles to AEX. I think we'll offset 7 nautical, probably 8 degrees, and then we will bring her back in. Okay, so all right, thank you. I'll definitely put that in my planning. So I don't want to land less than 7-0. All right, perfect. Because I have the legal minimum of 5.6 in here, or not legal, but minimum of 5.6 from dispatch. Next time I'll put 7 in. So I'll definitely keep that in mind for next time I'm flight planning to make sure I don't land with less than 7, because it makes a lot of sense. Because if you have 7, you still have a lot of options to get out of there. But they didn't give me the most desirable. I mean, my alternates aren't terrible. My first alternate, Sacramento, and what's my other alternate? Merced. Yeah, Merced, California. You know, from having the 777 in the game and the 7.3, I think I would have to say my favorite of the two is the 737. Just because I like the more hands-on style of flying versus 777, where you have to fly the trim, basically. Really? Is that due to the dispatchers? Like, was the company SOP pushing for lower fuel? Because, if I'm not mistaken, the when you're dispatched, your flight plan shows, or they tell you, like, if you take this much more fuel on, you'll cost us this much, or how much fuel is per 1,000 or per gallon. So, was they trying to, like, incentivize people, like, hey, do you really need that much? Can we take a little bit lower? But I will definitely keep that in mind for my flying career. I will make sure I never have less than, try to make sure I'm not landing with less than 7.0. I mean, of course stuff happens, may land, but definitely I'll make sure I plan for no less. No sidestep action. Yeah. Alright, I'll definitely keep that in mind. Definitely make sure. Because lives are a lot more expensive than gas. Well, that avgas they were putting in the Cessna is pretty expensive. I'm kidding. Yeah, my last flight lesson was really good. It's neat to finally get landings down. I think I have like 55 landings now. But it's cool to actually, like, finesse your landings now, because now my average landing is on 2 wheels and pretty smooth. Of course, it's not as smooth as the airliners, but I think I remember we start the flare in feet, and we start it before the threshold. We start it in the grass. So we're usually about 10 feet out, probably 10 feet from the grass. And we flare in, and I've, not on purpose, but I'm kind of like training myself in a way to hit the 1,000 footers, which Won't hurt me. Keep her nice and smooth and use up all my energy. And I don't know if you saw, I was doing the approach into Totokano, I believe that's how you pronounce it, and it was so fun. But it was a little stormy, so I didn't do the real flight. I think tomorrow I'm going to do the flight. I'll do Houston to Totokano, Honduras, 737-700. I don't fly it as often. Alright, perfect. I'll try that one day. It's John Wayne, right? I don't think I've ever flown in John Wayne in the sim. I haven't been in California in real life, but I think John Wayne would be really cool to fly into. So 700. I'll keep that in mind. So we'll take the 700 into John Wayne. Oop, I didn't mean to play that. I was gonna say, yeah, thought I remembered seeing you approach SNA on your channel. Let's see where United operates into John Wayne from. So we have Houston, Chicago, San Fran, Denver, Newark, O'Hare. Yeah, that's the list. Ooh. I can't decide. What would you suggest? Which one to take out of O'Hare, Bush, San Fran, Denver, or Newark? Surprised they don't fly in from Dulles. Really? Is it kind of like flying to LAX? Or worse? Really? That's no fun. Approach plate. I practiced this landing probably like at least 10 times into here. This approach plate's gonna be fun to fly tomorrow when I can do it. But also I'll make sure, because the coming in high and hot, I mean, really gotta be ahead of the energy. Yeah, here we go. Let's pull it up on the map. This approach was fun. I came in at Tango Golf 017 and flew. Now, this point right here, where they're like, oh, you gotta be at 4,100. Ooh, I just got pinged. You have to descend a lot faster than that. Houston Center, 134425. 134. This guy is usually a little bit interesting. Houston Center United 1834 with you at flight level 360.
At 1834 Houston, hello, you got a contact 360, good evening. At 1834, clear direct Alexandria. At 1834, clear direct Alexandria.
Sorry about that. Clear direct Alexandria, United 1384. I had headset off for a second. Aged Alexandria. Ugh. Rip my head off if I missed another call.
At a 69, clear direct bags. United 69, clear direct bags.
Direct bags, United 69, sir, I was looking for it.
Don't mess with the Houston Center.
In 1849, roger, I got you 340, good evening.
Don't want to keep this guy waiting too long, or else
Fly high 2,
he'll
clear
destroy
direct
me.
Harvey.
Direct Harvey, fly high 2.
I'm sorry, clear direct to, my apologies, clear direct to, yeah, also clear direct bags, my apologies.
Direct bags, no worries, I read it back with full compliance, fly high 2.
Good night, Houston Center. Keel 72 is with you at flight level 230.
Teal 72, Houston, radar contact 230, good evening. American 1849, Fort Worth Center 13517, good night. Night at 1055, same for you, Fort Worth 3517, good night.
We're going to Fort Worth in a couple minutes. Not even in his airspace. Oh, about to be in it. Alright.
Night at 69, what's the planned Mach number tonight?
Uh, 85, can I have 69 Heavy?
Under reply high 2, do not exceed Mach 83 spacing.
Don't exceed 0.83, fly 2.
Out of 21, same for you, maintain Mach 83 spacing.
Alright, 83, night at 20.
Houston Center Guide 2186, climbing through 2000 for 4000.
2186, Houston, radar contact, I maintain flight level 370.
370, 2186.
Really? Man, that sounds like so much fun. And now we have all these fancy waypoints. But when I was doing the practice approach, I gave up on trying to match the altitudes perfectly, and I just did a visual. What I meant by the altitudes perfectly was Ursa coming in Tango Golf 11, because this final turn is so sharp. Even at flap 40 going 135. I mean, I had to bank 35 degrees, so I instead swung a little bit to the left, or to the right. That's not me. I swung a little right and then hung it left so I could get in better.
Clear to all that United 2186.
Yeah, this guy keeps me on my toes. He's one of the controllers that freaks me out a little bit. You know, something kind of surprising to me is watching, I don't know if I've ever been on this discussion with you before or not, but when I see the European pilots compared to the American pilots, and I'm not talking about skill, but I'm talking about the use of autopilot. It's crazy to me how stressed the use of autopilot is in Europe. Like, on average, typically in Europe, they are disconnecting the autopilot at 1,000 feet. It's just typical.
Out of 169, put their bags.
Truck bag.
What I've seen and heard from videos, stuff like that, they're usually putting on, and a lot of the time too, they'll put the autopilot on at like 400 feet, or 1,000 or 2,000. Like, man, this doesn't seem like fun. Even cool. Really? That sounds like a lot of fun. Okay. Yeah, cause I mean, for the U.S. to even be eligible for ATPL license or ATP license, you have to have 1,500 hours. Or if you get the airplane flying degree, an airplane flying degree, then you can take it down by 500. If you get a, I think, degree. That's in total. That's what I'm going to a college for the United Aviate Academy to get an airplane meteorology degree. I can knock off some time. That makes a lot of sense. Why they do that. So let's go to here. So I want to ask you two things. All right, so one is go back a couple seconds. You went to Embry-Riddle? Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, down in Daytona. I don't have enough money for that. I'm going to FIT, so not too far away. It's roughly the same, just tuition's a little bit lower. Because right now, Embry-Riddle tuition for semester is it's around like $99,000, including the flight program, 90 to 99,000. FIT is $45,000 a semester, so it's still really expensive, but that's why I'm trying to get an academic scholarship. The only hard part is I do online classes, so in high school I switched to online. It's let me skip 2 grades, but it makes it so I have less chances at the SAT. How many hours do I have? I have about 3 hours and 10 minutes and 12 minutes. Man. I started 56 minutes ago. And I started the live stream an hour and 39 minutes ago. How has your day been, Playboy? Oh, IRL flying? So, I started flying IRL about 1.5 years ago. I have 17 hours now. Nice, man. That's awesome. I don't really have a ground school. My instructor just told me to buy Glime. I just kind of self-taught myself. But I'm gonna take my ground exams. I'm actually gonna buy the Glime course in December. Yeah, I'm a junior, and by the end of this semester, I'll be a senior. I'm supposed to be a sophomore, but yeah. Hey man, 737's pretty. It's not the most challenging aircraft. I mean, it's not like. I'm 15, flamboyant. Yeah, it's pretty simple. One day I'm gonna make a tutorial on how to fly the plane, but I don't think I'm good enough to do that yet. Cockpit scenes, if you're still in here, I wanted to ask you, so a couple, I didn't mean to do that. So a couple things I wanted to ask you. First of all, was my rotation rate decent? I think it was pretty good. Maybe a little, I don't know if it was tad slow. I think it was pretty decent. And then I have one more thing to ask you. Yeah, we hit a couple bumps up there, but
690, there's best to the east.
So
Jacksonville is offline. Rudder service terminated. Please change crew. Good night.
I don't know if you can see. Can you see right here? I think I have the video on the screen. I think you guys. But I don't know if the rotation rate was too. Yeah, thank you, Playboy. I think I've been building the sim for 3.5 years now. So here comes the next thing I want to ask you. I believe I pitched down too quickly here. I don't believe. I'm pretty certain I did. But I just wanted to confirm my suspicion. A little bump. It was a little normally out.
Offline. Rudder service terminated. Please change crew. Good night.
On me.
Over to Unicom, can you say about heavy? Good night.
But would that be something I'd have to like debrief about, or
2078 heavy at flight at 4000. At 2078 Houston, hello. You're at contact. I'll maintain flight level 390. Climb and maintain.
And we're 1 hour in.
2078 heavy.
Trying to get more new wins. I don't know, were you able to see it, cockpit scenes on the screen? I'm gonna replay. Alright, we have new wind and forecast. Oh, I thought you gave me. Yeah, total brain fire. I thought I already been put in. Cruise winds. We're approaching Alpha Echo X-ray. Oh no! What's... Oh, here. Sorry. All right, so at Alpha Echo X-ray, we'll have 25.2, and we should have 24.9. Yeah, all right, because typically I come out just a little bit easier. but I trimmed her a little hard initially, and then we pitched down just a bit. The biggest thing I gotta work on is just had to ask because I typically dwell on those things, so I think about it for the rest of the fight. But yeah. Typically I try to ease her in, but it's okay. So as long as I don't get negative rate, it's not awful. Desired.
Houston Center, are you still in service?
No, I think he bailed on us.
I guess Houston Center's off. Alright, where's the Delta guys? Come yell at him. Yeah, Houston Center probably fell asleep. No problem. And Fort Worth got off. Yeah, next time I'll just make sure. I'll probably do a couple practice takeoffs after this flight's done. Try to get that ink worked out. I mean, I've never done it before, but take two. Yeah. A bad habit for me. I think the strongest winds I've seen at 360 passenger in a Delta fleet, and we had 180 knots, 5 minutes. Cool. Pretty nice. Didn't last. And then wasn't so funny. And we were when it switched to a headwind. In one turn, big turn, 50 knots. Left the jet stream. Something of the sort. Where's that airplane at? There. Okay. Yeah, they're going past. We'll be good. What do you guys have going on tonight? Anything? Anything special? Or hanging out around the house? I know for some people, they're getting ready for the hurricane. That should be New Orleans down below us. Yeah, there's New Orleans down there. A mountain wave? What do you mean? Like the wash, like the turbulent, like the turbulent airflow coming off the mountains? Really? Man, that's crazy. If you didn't think you were gonna make it. If you can, if you're up to it, I would love to hear the details, because that just sounds like intriguing. Alright, I will. I'll look it up. What section do you think it'd be under? I don't know if it... I don't know. Hold on. I mean, it wouldn't be under the normal lists. What section would it be under? Let's see. It'll probably be under non-normal. Bet. Back up. Oh, not blue. Yeah, non-normal. Oh, I can do a search? Oh, that's right, I can. Yes. That. Let's try something. We're closing it. That's so weird. Let me try something else. Hold on. What aircraft is passed? Alright, let me check something really quickly. Yep. Searching for it's just taking a minute to load. No, that didn't work. Let me check. Let me see if it's in the FOM. Fire operations manual. Yeah, here we go. I got it. Sweet. Mountain way. What? You didn't find it. Oh, here we go. Severe turbulence or mountain wave activity. When experiencing severe turbulence, mountain wave induced altitude deviations of approximately 200 feet or greater, request an altitude change or reroute to avoid or vacate areas of severe turbulence or mountain wave activity. Counter contact ATC and report the situation if necessary. Include unable RVSM due to turbulence or mountain wave. In the report, domestically expect ATC to provide separation vectors or traffic adjustment RVSM flight levels until reporting clear of turbulence. Non-RVSM compliant flights may be cleared to operate in RVSM airspace only after prior coordination with the ATC as follows. Convective weather avoidance. Non-RVSM aircraft may enter RVSM airspace up to flight level 330 in order to top convective weather and must exit the airspace as soon as the convective weather is no longer a factor. In emergencies, the use of RVSM during an emergency by non-RVSM aircraft is acceptable. ATC workload permitting on bases. On a workload permitting basis, the following categories of non-RVSM aircraft may be authorized to operate with a 2,000 foot vertical separation standard in RVSM airspace. Department of Defense aircraft, flight conducted for aircraft delivery or certification. The aircraft was RVSM approved, experienced an equipment failure, and is being flown to a repair facility. Humanitarian or air ambulance flights using medevac call sign. Other non-RVSM aircraft requesting climb/descent through RVSM airspace provided pre-flight coordination occurs and normal continuous rate climb and descent is possible with no need to level off. Alright, let's go to the next instance of mountain wave. Where's it at? So, mountain wave turbulence. Produced in connection with mountains lee waves, it may include high amplitude mountain waves, rotors turbulence, and highly sheared layers near the tropopause and near surface. So that's definitely going to be a big issue. For instance, in Denver and the Rockies. It may be modeled in my game. That does sound scary. After reading that, that does sound quite scary. I don't know if I've ever been on a flight that experienced it, but we were flying Indianapolis to Tampa, and we were up at 290, and it was a super turbulent flight. We were having a really big snowstorm, the big snowstorm last year that was coming to the country, and it was turbulent the whole flight until the last like 30 minutes. And I remember one point, we were probably in a we were in a downdraft for probably, I don't know, 12-15 seconds. And I mean a serious downdraft, like I was being lifted off the ground. It was quite quite the experience. I mean, turbulence isn't a big deal for me, but some people can. Really? That's crazy. What happened? You just got like an insane tailwind? Yeah, that's really scary. I wonder if that's what happened like the first live stream I was on, you were on with me. Because I remember we were at 320 and my max climb was 360. And the thrust was at 99% and I couldn't keep the speed up past, I think, 240. And it kept going down to the amber bar. And it just kept decreasing. I had to go down to 290. Oh, okay. Huh. Yeah, that's really scary. So what did you do to correct the situation? Did you descend or climb? I mean, not obviously not climb, but did you just try to move laterally and descend laterally, or did you just try to go down 2,000 feet per minute and build that speed back up as fast as possible? I mean, it's very possible. I mean, I could experience it today, I believe. They said it's near the tropopause and will be over the mountainous terrain. The tropopause will not be too much higher than we will be. Be on the lookout. Oh, okay. Because in RVSM airspace, it's kind of a big deal to descend or climb, is with the traffic spacing. I can see why he didn't want to. But yeah. Hey, well, I'm glad you're here now, and you made it out safely. You know, that crash in, let's pull it up. Oh, I didn't mean to open that. Oh, come on. We, I don't know if you watch him. Do you watch the, channel Blanco Lirio, a former airline pilot, and he goes over, crashes and airplane crashes and stuff. Just involves airplanes and other stuff like that. Let's go. Yeah. 24. No, it's gonna be under investigations. Yeah, I really enjoy his stuff. I was watching, you know, I watched so much stuff from him, but the Brazilian ATR crash. The worst part about that crash to me was that it was just so easily avoidable. I mean, if the pilots, because they knew they had a Pac 1 failure, so they couldn't go above 7,000. I mean, they knew they were going to be in the heart of anti-icing. But it really, the lesson that I've taken away from it is, the biggest thing is you have to use your voice in a way that makes sense. Like, with ATC, like when they were kind of like, hey, can we descend now? And ATC, no, the traffic, can you wait a little bit? Instead of the ATR going, hey, pan, we need to descend right now, we're picking up severe icing. ATC would have vectored people out of the way. Or even if they would have done it earlier, they wouldn't have to declare the pan. They could have just said, hey, we need to descend right now, we're gonna picking up a little bit of icing, we don't want to pick up more since we're out of pack 1, since we can't climb out of it. ATC, I'm sure, would have complied, and if not, then you could have declared the pan or mayday. But I really like Blanco Lirio. This is Juan Brown, and you're watching Blanco Lirio. Today I was watching about a Cessna 206B over what was it? It just slipped on my. Oh yeah, over the Rockies, Sidestick. Yeah. Well, in the other video I was watching explained how the spin happened. I mean, because I'm well aware of the super stall that occurred with it, but they explained why it more than like it started. They had an easier time getting started was due to the pack 1 fault. So the left number 1 engine would be producing slightly more power, causing a yaw in the right. And when the spin happened, they were spinning clockwise. In the final crash, they spin counterclockwise, and they said that was due to the excessive, more than likely the excessive correction. And I don't really know if there was anything they could have done to correct after the super stall occurred, because with the T-tail, I mean, that airflow just comes over and then it just becomes like useless. I mean, isn't it kind of roughly the same reason for when you rotate in the 7.3, once you hit about 7.5 degrees, you pull back ever so slightly more so that you can, so you get past the deadband as the wash coming off the engines, right? Ooh, I didn't know my sound was on. And of course we have to be for safety, but and like safety and ATC, I just personally, I don't really care what ATC tells me. If I am at a risk of dying, I'm gonna do it. Yeah. No, I get you. I mean, the biggest thing in aviation is we got to learn from the past mistakes of other aviators. So I know if I'm ever in a similar situation, but it's also a good lesson. I mean, there's been countless crashes where because of course there's a seniority cockpit given. The captain has the final say, but at some point you have to be able to stand up for yourself. That's one thing I'm definitely gonna ensure I'm able with, because There's been countless crashes, and like for instance, Pakistan flight something. They're going to, I think, Karachi in Pakistan, and they I was watching the departure again. It was so bumpy. It was quite funny. It wasn't me. Just quite turbulent getting out of Tampa. But yeah, needless deaths because of the only thing that makes me frustrated about aviation is, even though I'm not in the airlines, when I see stuff on the news, like when United had the tire fall off of the 777, yeah, definitely they definitely have different culture, like I won't say hierarchies, like their elders are a very big thing. You know, that is the one thing that's interesting to me. And I'm not knocking other countries. It just seems other countries do not put such, do not have as great of emphasis on safety in a way as the United States or even the EAA does. Europeans, European FAA. Like for instance, several African airlines and several Indonesian airlines, they don't seem to put too much. There's been a bunch of crashes that have been pretty needless due to insufficient pilot training. Almost, I want to say inexcusable. It's very sad to hear about. I'll pull it up. I'll show you. Yeah, this approach coming in was so fun. I think right here I was banking 25 degrees. It was really. So they hire the Western captains to I don't know, kind of like get their airline back into shape. That makes sense. But I still came in way too high in this approach. It's like coming in, I was like, oh my god, I'm so low. Because I think it was 200 feet above. Well, the back here, you can't really see the train, but I was 200 feet, 200, 300 feet above the train. I was going, oh my god, I'm so low. But it drops off so much right here. You got to come in almost 50 feet. You're trying to come in 50 feet above that hump right there, but it's like, you know, hardish. Go check. What's coming? Man, I was getting nervous flying it in my home simulator where I'm very safe. I just can't imagine doing it for the first time. Like the first time in the real world, like the simulator is doing one thing, because no matter how realistic you can get a full motion sim, you always know in the back of your mind, I'm safe. Like this is not, there's no danger here. Outside of the sim, I have an add-on for winds and turbulence. The only problem is it makes, when there's a thunderstorm, it makes turbulence so extreme, which I don't know if it's unrealistic or not, but in my Cessna, for instance, 2 flight lessons ago, we were in the traffic pattern and a thunderstorm rolled in super fast, really quick. The first pattern we were in, the thunderstorm was 40 miles out, and the last one we did, it came in to 10 miles and we were but what was I gonna say? The turbulence off of it wasn't. It was bad. I mean, it wasn't. There was a lot, but it wasn't like unbearable, right? But in the sim, I was flying into there, and I think my nose rose 10 degrees in a gust. It was just kind of testing how far it would throw it up. And oh man, it just wham. It was not funny. And like on my departure, the thermals were so hard to manage almost. Like they're not unbearable, it's just not, you can't make it as comfortable of a ride as possible. Now of course in the Cessna, I mean, you get the gusts. I remember one flight we were departing, we were at 2,000 feet and we were banking 25 degrees because we were departing to the north out of the pattern. And a gust came along and tipped us, I think 35 degrees in like a second. And my heart sank and my instructor's heart sank at the same time. I corrected for it, but it was not. It was quite sobering. So how long would you be in the classroom for to, guess, like, you said it's a 2-day checkout. How long would you be in the class? Would it be 8 hours? Like, would the first day be ground and theory? You're just going over it and then you'll try it in the sim on the second day, or are you trying it in the sim first day, then second? And I was confused, sorry about that. When I saw you put Golf Tango uniform, I was confused on the ICAO side. Grid. Ori. No, my flight instructor, he doesn't, he knows I have a flight simulator. He doesn't care. He doesn't treat me any differently. All he looks at is, can I fly what I need to do in a Cessna well off and if I'm a safe pilot. So yes, I think the sim helps with that. But no, he doesn't treat me any different. Oh, okay. Alright, that makes sense in cockpit scenes. Now, how long would that last for you? Like, how long were you valid to land there? Also, Corey, my flight instructor has a flight simulator, so he believes in it. But yeah, they don't treat you any differently. They really don't care. They want you to be a safe pilot and do what you're able to do, and if you can do that, they could care less what you do in your free time. Nice. Like I said, Corey, hell, if you wanted to build rockets, care less. You'd be like, alright, cool. Just show up for your flight lesson. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to complete this flight. I am dog tired right now. And I usually try not to fly. I'm super tired. Oh, yeah. I would definitely quit smoking marijuana when you do lessons. I've heard when you go to get your medical, they can trace drugs back to 3 months. That's really big. Alright, I will see you later, cockpit scenes. Have a great night. Take it easy. And I will bring home the sourdough. I will see you later, alligator. I don't think that's gonna happen, Corey. I don't really think the FAA cares if it's legalized federally. I don't think they're gonna allow people to smoke pot and be pilots for a long time. I mean, they just recently allowed antidepressants, but yeah. Hey, Alden, how are you? How have you been? Oh, let me check it out, man. I'm sorry, I don't know why this keeps happening. I've got something like screwed up with the stream stuff. I gotta pull it up on my other screen. Hold on. I've had some issues with some other people in here, but it wasn't you. Panel. Yeah, hold on. Bro, I don't know how many times I've done it. Yeah. I mean, personally, truth be told, I'm not a fan of either. Because my dad is one of those goes home and drinks all he wants. And I personally despise it. Because I hate the person he is when he's on it. I hate him in general, but I can't stand him on it. But yeah, I agree. Free country, do what you want. But for pilots, I don't know how I feel. But then again, yeah, but definitely. Hey, you know what? Life's all about choices. If being a pilot is something you want to do, but not worth giving up other stuff, hey, more power to you. Well, in aviation, you cannot fly 8 hours after having alcohol, which is a big deal if you bust it. Your ass is grass. They catch you. Have alcohol in your system when you go to fly. And typically 8 hours is illegal. 12 hours recommended. Only 4 hours is tested. Is probably what I would do. Then again, I don't know if a lot of pilots are getting blackout drunk often. I'm sure there's a couple every once in a while. Then again, pilots are not allowed. Super. It is very dangerous. What movie is it? I'm trying to think. Pilots are not allowed to go near bars. They can't go in restaurants that have a bar. They can't go in a bar in uniform. Fireball. Have you seen the movie Flight with Denzel Washington? It's like the dumbest movie ever. It's based on a real story, but it's so funny. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's a stupid movie, but it's hysterical to me. But yeah, that's one of my, hey, I was gonna say, props to you, man. I've known my father's been to partake in driving under the influence, and it freaks me out. But yeah. I just don't get it. I mean, it's, and especially today, I mean, it's easy enough to get a Lyft or an Uber. There's no real excuse why you have to drive home under the influence. I mean, the fact of the matter is, no matter what it is, really, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, because it's like you said, selfish. I mean, there's no good reason to do it. You can get an Uber, and I mean, props to you, because even a lot of people say, oh well, you know, marijuana isn't as bad as alcohol. It still alters the way your brain works, and it will cause your reaction time to be different. And yeah, it may make some people more cautious to be on traffic, but it's going to make their reaction time lower. So if something happens, they're not going to be able to react quick enough. My great uncle was killed in a, he was riding home on his motorcycle and a drunk driver struck him. He was on a motorcycle, killed him. Before paramedics arrived, fortunately. Dude, I don't know what's happening, man. Let me, hold on. I may have to turn off the stream for just a second and turn it back on, because they shouldn't be getting removed. Like, this isn't right. I don't know what's happening. It's actually making me upset. Hold on. Maybe it's that kid that was in here. Hold on. Check. Damn, I'm sorry. I am very sorry that's happened to you. I am truly sorry. May he rest in peace. %. Anything. Big. Dallas. Dallas, Texas. Warrior, you account. Well, I'm more into the airliners. That's just my preferred planes to fly. But I actually, one of my favorite turboprops in the game is the TBM 850 by Black Square. I love that plane. Such a fun plane. High and quick. Hands quick. 40 round. Yeah, I am definitely a big fan of Black Square, and I don't have the turbine. I don't have the turbine Duke airplanes. Just ran out of money. But I've heard they're amazing, and I'm waiting to buy airplanes until we're in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, just because it's a there's no guarantee that yeah. Present the glass cockpit. Oh, I've heard that one before. I don't know. I'm like a mix between, because I love flying the 7.3, and then put me in a old 7.5 or even a 727, and I love that kind of flying. So, like sometimes you just gotta get away from the glass cockpit. And then sometimes I like flying the 777 with all the fancy stuff. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. That'd be pretty. That would be, I don't know, I would just kind of, a flight engineer sim, that just seems, I don't even know what to say about it. Hey Daniel, how are you? Stop coming. Go to why he was bad. That's awesome. Yeah, I tried to do a 727 flight, but I forgot I can't put in waypoints. I gotta use VORs. But it's okay because I forgot to put the switch into ground or into flight instead of ground. I had no idea about it and pressurize. So we made a return back to what was the airport? Louisville. You know, it's starting to get a little bit challenging to finish this flight. Like, I'm so tired right now. Kinda just want to go to bed. That, or we may have a little diversion. Do I hear we have a sick passenger on board? Let's see, what's our gross weight right now? Gross weight 144.7. That is below the max landing weight. Because I want to go back to. I want to go to San Fran. But I also want to go to bed. I'm very tired. Well, we go to San Fran. Yeah, let's just keep going on this route, and we'll see where we go from there. How's that sound? Career mode? Well, here's my feelings on career mode. No, I'm not excited for career mode because I am flying my own career mode right now in a way that makes sense, and I like the sim because I get to hop on an airliner and go fly it in real life. Hey Jeff 876, how are you? Yeah, but what I'm excited for is the better ground physics. I am like super excited about the better ground physics. Duper excited. Alright, time for our next wind. Alright, sorry, let's get new wind check in. We have 3 more hours to go. Ugh. Hey Jeff 867, how are you? Let's see. Alright guys, I need your help. Do I continue this flight and possibly fall asleep over here? Do we just end the flight and try to do a better one tomorrow? And I'll be rested up for it? Or create an engine fire and try to land. And land at the nearest airport. That's suitable. Tell me what you guys want to do. Open up link. Boom. Yeah, usually I'm fine with these flights, but because yesterday I was up late flying as well, and today just hit me like a train. Makes sense. And at Adam, we should be at. Oh no, my headphones are gonna die. Alright, well, let's pop these puppies off and we'll charge them. Oh no. That's Charlie Hotel Echo. Charlie Kilo. He fell asleep. That's funny. No, not usually. Like I'll show you on Volanta over here. These are all the flights I do. You can see I do. Gosh, I have done some long hauls before, like Dulles to Heathrow and Newark to Rome, and yeah, I do some long hauls like this. I just do them every once in a while, but like today, really? Oh no, oh no. Yeah, usually I'm fine, but just like last night, I did 3 flights. I did Phoenix to Phoenix to LA, and then I turned around LA to Denver, and then I took an Airbus to Denver to Atlanta, and I landed at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Then I woke up at 9 o'clock the next morning, so I was pretty tired today, and I thought I would be good to do another long haul. I was wrong. I didn't take a nap, so man. Charlie Hotel Echo Charlie Kilo India November Sierra Tango Alpha Delta Mike Sierra. I'm confused, Jeff. All I have is check and then India November Sierra Tango Alpha Delta Mike Sierra. Fill it out. CHECKINSTADM. Sorry, Corey. I hope that didn't. Yeah. Sorry about that, Corey. I didn't mean for that to get ya. Let's go ahead and hide this user. I should have fixed base your alpha. Alright, so. And then alpha. Oh, it's Morse code. Alright, I don't know Morse code. Check DMs. Oh. Alright. We'll check DMs. Here's. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't have any DMs. There's no DMs on YouTube or nothing on my TikTok or YouTube. Yeah, I don't Check Insta. I mean, Insta. I don't have anything on Insta. I don't have any Instagram DMs open. No, I don't, bro. No, I literally do not. Just my family. I'll prove it. I was busted. Ooh. Bro. Golly, man. That is crazy. How many times do I tell him? Sorry about that, Corey. So, Corey, what do you think? What do you think's? Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'll flicker on for you. You can see. So this is top one is the Sidestick, like nav. Then this is the navigation. Oh crap! Autopilot disengage. Take control. Here we get the plane stabilized. Here we go. Stable. And boom. There we go. No problem. Alright, so we have, this is the radio panel. The nav, this is going to control my nav. I have altitude heading, altitude, vertical speed heading, and then course, auto throttle, flaps, trim. And this is the nav with all my stuff with comms, navs, ADFs, DMEs, and XMPDRs. Then the throttle, Honeycomb Bravo, Thrustmaster TCA Boeing yoke, and then my iPad to use. I need that guy to stop coming into my chat. Like, bro. I told that guy why he got rid of his thing, but he didn't remember. The Corey, do you think we should try to finish out the flight and bear it out, or do you think we should let's see, we'll be landing at 7:16. Yeah, let's see. Scared me. I'll get the door. I thought my door open. Oh, I thought my door open. Oh. Thanks, man. I've been collecting for 3 years now. All my money goes into aviation right now. Into the flight stuff and flight lessons. You know, I really like the Sidestick throttles because they're pretty much as close as you can get to a Cessna, I believe. I'm not mistaken. They are the knobs, right? The pulls. They're so super close to being like a Cessna, or maybe confused. Maybe the other Sidestick, but that one is still great. If you have, is yours like? Let me pull it up online. Show you. Yeah. Okay. I got confused. Yeah, it's this one. So with what about if you got a USB extender? I have one on my computer because I ran out of room as well. But so if you go on Etsy, you can buy stuff like this Oh wow, that's really bright. Sorry, but that is it goes onto your Sidestick, and it's like the 737 throttle. I just don't buy from home cockpit though. From somebody else, but yeah. Yep. Those USB extenders, super easy. They just take up one port and then give you 4 extra. I think they're like $20 on Best Buy. Oh man, that's not good. Cabin crew, do we need medical attention on the ground? Captain, you moron! Of course we need medical attention on the ground. All right, we'll be getting down as soon as possible. Right, let's look for our nearest alternate. That's gonna be of use to us. Let's look into the whiskey room. See if there's any Bravo class airports around us. FAA sectional. If there's a Bravo airport around here, no. But does look like. All right, we're gonna make a turn. That's Air Force Base. I don't want to take an Air Force Base. Kill us. No, they won't. But. We're looking for our nearest suitable alternate. Man, she's going into labor? I thought she was just I thought she had a little bit of time. We gotta get down quickly then. Alright, I got the airport. We're gonna go to oh crap. Let's we need to make sure these runways are long enough. Yes, 7,200 feet. Help is on the way, dear. I'm looking for the best airport to go to because there's not many options. Alright, we got it. We're going to comma. Legs, we're going direct comma. Kilo Mike Alpha Kilo. Route enter Kilo Mike Alpha. Yes. KMA. Perfect. Midwife simulator. That's funny. Elevation of 3,600 feet. We'll get medical attention on ground. Pan. United 1387 is requesting immediate alert. Is requesting priority to land at airport Kilo Alpha Mike Alpha. And the longest runway. Oh yeah, baby. 13,000 feet. Come to Papa. We're gonna take the RNAV. We'll take RNAV Yankee final approach. Insufficient fuel. Dude, what do you mean insufficient fuel? RNAV Yankee runway 22. Enter legs. Yeah, come down here. We're gonna take this, go whoop, right down. Alright, top of descent is approaching quickly. Ladies and gentlemen, from flight deck, we're gonna ask you please put your seatbelts on as we are about to begin our descent into Husband Armelio International Airport, and United Airlines will arrange for your flight to San Francisco. Very sorry for the inconvenience, but safety is the #1 priority. Okay, we're about to begin our descent down. We need to prepare further. So, let's select it. First things first, you need to get the weight. So 19.1, ending at 141.8. What did I select? Did I select Zulu or Yankee? I selected Yankee. It's important because it's really important actually. And we're gonna add take 6 knots to cost 1 correction, and FAP. It's gonna be LTIC. 25 no slash 75 5. Yeah, that's recycle altitude. We're going to cycle it down for just a second. I need to do some stuff really quickly. Comma 25 nautical mile ring. It's checked. Our minimum altitude is going to be 4,020 feet. That's what we're going to go down to. Eight souls on board. It depends on how long we take to get there. That's hysterical. United 1834, stay souls on board and fuel remaining at landing. United 1384, we will be landing with 19.2, we'll be landing with 19.0 thousand pounds, 19,000 pounds, and we have 131 souls on board. Roger, United 1384, will you need medical assistance? Yes, we will be requiring medical assistance upon landing. Roger, United 1834. Remember, minimums are 4020. Now, this isn't Disney World. You don't get born on a United flight and get free flights for life. Welcome to the real world, kid. No, I'm kidding. Altimeter 3001. Set. And performance, landing en route. We're landing at comma. AMA. Landing runway 0. We're landing 22. Ref add 6. Getting a little turbulent up here. May help the baby come out. Ref 161. Or break 3. Or break 2. There we go. Take out a break 3 so we can stop as short as possible and get off so the poor lady can get medical attention. And the approach briefing. So we are coming in for the RNAV Yankee 22 climbing. Missed approach, climbing left turn 5,400, direct quad A hold. Requirements: BGSI ILS glide path not coincident. Pilot controlled lighting on 18.3. So that means lighting's not going to work. 3-degree glide path. We do have Happy and Malsar. It's looking good. We're about to begin top of descent. And approach descent checklist. Approach descent checklist. Pressurization is set. Recall checked. Reference speeds 147 plus 6 today. And landing distance calculations. Landing distance will be stopping at 6,884 feet. Our break 3. And arrival briefing is done. Let's get into this puppy. Let's descend as fast as possible. It's I don't want to increase my speed right now. but we're going to be hustling to get in. We're going to be flying, literally. Okay, this is all sorts of screwed up. So, we need to go... Yes, we want to go to Zerkta instead. There we go. And we need to be descending like yesterday. Sweet. Go. No, not LNAV. I want VNAV. Click off. VNAV. Flick you back on. Let's get that speed breakdown and off we go. How high are we on profile? 1,800 feet. Not too bad. Yeah, so for Christmas a year ago, my stepdad gifted me it's like a racing chair setup for flight. The flight chair setup, and it has a slot that I can put my side stick, throttle, and yoke on, with a nice seat. I was very thankful. They're online. They're awesome. Definitely recommend. And it's great because you can set your chair to a specific setting and then it doesn't move. Like a rolling chair where you pull back too hard when you're in a rolling chair, you roll forward or... Okay, leveling out. Or, sorry, not leveling out, but just going down the descent a bit. And... because it's our impeded approach, 0.07 nautical miles, accuracy required 2.0. United 1384, you have received priority to land runway 22, clear for the RNAV 22. United 1384 is clear for the RNAV 22, and we have the priority. We're going to go extra fast with this lady. Get her to safety as quick as possible. As here at United, we take pride in getting you where you're going safely and effectively. As safety is our #1 priority, we are going to ask you please remain seated with your seat fastened. We'll speed break out so we don't overspeed. Yeah. Hey, you know what? Look into it. They have all kinds of mounting solutions. And something I'll recommend. If you get the SATIAC radio panels, go on Etsy and they have mounting brackets to mount your panels to your throttle much nicer. Because if you don't, there's a weird overhang. I mean, if you have OCD, like I do, and I don't have bad OCD, but some stuff I kind of like want it to be perfect. It makes it nice and flush and angles it so you can see it easier. What time is it where you are right now? For me, it is 12:40 in the morning. Like we're on a fire approach. You're on fire, you're coming in hot. You know what? When this auto brake 3 kicks on, tell this pregnant lady, make sure she's facing towards the front of the plane and hold her arms back. Or sorry, make sure she's facing, her head is towards the cockpit door. Then when we hit this auto brake 3, hold her arms back and that baby's just gonna fly straight out. Nice, man. That's awesome. It's just gonna be like a swoop. Dude, accept your apology, man. Stop. It's well, first and foremost, well, let's fix this out and go down to 4,000. It was he was really rude to one of the viewers, and they quit watching, and that was really frustrating. He's also like, there's just certain things people do kind of that triggers me a little bit, I guess you could say, because my dad's like talking type, and it's just kind of like that. Keep that speed brake out. Alright, buddy. Who is this kid on my friend list? Why is his profile picture that? Oh, I wish Steam would... I need to figure out how to turn off those Steam notifications, because I don't... Why did that kid pop up? Dude, it's like the worst profile picture, too. Oh, glide path 2.39 degrees. I got no idea where they got that from. That's not accurate. Should be 3-degree glide path. Don's a little messed up. Man, where are we landing at? Husband Armillo International Traffic United 1834 is a emergency coming into land on runway 22, 66 miles inbound. Can we get priority land? Thank you. You know, Husband Armillo International Traffic. We are flying into here. Oh yeah. I told you we're going quick. I mean, we're going 330 knots right now. I've got full speed brake out. Let's keep our speed down. And we have no restrictions. I mean, there's no star standard arrival. There's two things that you use when you're flying instruments. You use a SID, standard instrument departure, and a star. Now, star can apply to VFR sometimes, not so much, but would possibly. And passing 20,000 is standard. Flight 1060s for landing. Right, get on. And disconnect the autopilot soon. Not right this second. I'm gonna get recording started. Got the replay going. This approach is gonna be known as a black hole approach. Or I'm gonna call it black hole approach because there's gonna be no landing lights. I don't think. There shouldn't be. I don't think there's a way I can turn them on. So I don't think I'm gonna have any landing lights in this approach. So it's gonna be a little spicy. A little spicy. A little spicy. And once we hit it'll be fine. We'll make it work. It's kind of like flying into Princess Juliana International at night. You don't fly into it at night, but I've flown into it at night several times, and it's a black hole approach. Well, I'm not using a ground-based nav aid, so we're okay. I'm using GPS for this approach, so we should be good on that end. If you get my drift, should be pretty good on that end of the spectrum. Now, if we had GPS spoofing, like if we were in the Middle East, I would crap my pants if we had GPS spoofing and I'm trying to do an RNAV approach. GPS spoofing isn't a problem in America, really. I'm sure some places it is. I'll pull up a chart. Just remind me once we land, I'll pull up a chart and it'll show all the GPS spoofing incidents have occurred. Yeah, it's a non-precision. It's a non-precision approach, which really isn't the greatest idea considering I shouldn't have landing lights, but I'm gonna try an experiment. Now, that brings up a great point. Oh yes, let's bring my speed back. We're going speed 210. So here's my thinking. I'm gonna do the non-precision. I'm gonna tune the frequency to turn on the lights. I'm hoping I can turn on the lights. I'm not guaranteed. No. As long as I'm not in that amber band or that red barber pole, I'm fine. If I am, then. Yeah. Yeah, that's when they're sending false info. So there's a lot of videos in the Middle East. I don't think I can. So that's what I was just about to say. I don't believe I can. Okay, I need this plane to prioritize getting my speed down. So we're gonna go 10,000. I really don't care if I have to make a 360. That's not my priority. We're gonna go autopilot disconnect. In case I have to make a little 360, I don't wanna have to fight the navigation for it. Yep. And watch the speed get below 250. And then we can put her down. Oh, sorry. Yeah, but my plan is to come in, see if I can get the lights to turn on. If I can, that would be amazing, because then I actually have lights. If not, and I don't have lights, and I try to do this non-precision, I will go around. Alright, we'll get on to VNAV. At 300 feet low. We can make up for that. No problem. $5,400. Sorry, 4,000. 4,000. Yeah, they're gonna level off for let me slow down, but I just didn't trust it. So here's my thinking: if I don't get the lights on the non-precision, because non-precision saves me time. You know what? Scratch that. Let's just go with the new plan. Let me just Alright, hold on. Let me get the charts open. I'll tune the local the VOR, because I was thinking of it like a normal approach, but since we're an emergency, let's just tune the VOR. So that will be, oh, that's not even a localizer. Yeah, forget it. We don't have a precision. There's no precision approaches to this runway. I don't even see the airport. Maybe it right there. Hope so. And we'll go 210. Yeah. Alright, so I just looked it up. We have no precision approaches to this airport. Unless I want to try to pull it into tailwind scenario. Right now we're landing 4 knot left to right crosswind and a slight headwind. And a 7 knot headwind. Because we're heavy, I don't want to switch her around. With a tailwind, that means we just have to use more speed land, so we'll just bring her in as is. Alright. Did I do it? No. Okay. I got this. Yeah, I thought I turned them on. I was like, oh my god, I did it. Nope. I was wrong. It's so far out though. I don't think that's our airport. Alright, we'll maintain 210 knots right now. Because we're heavy, I don't want to push it the boundary of the I don't want to come in super hot, because if we're heavy, that's just begging to come in hot, heavy, and high. Yeah, that is our runway. Sweet, so we do runways. No. No, don't say that. Be a good pilot. Just don't smoke marijuana and be a pilot. You'd be a good pilot. And that's the runway in sight. Looks good. Sweet. So, per United SOP at 7.5 miles to FAP. No, they consider FAF. Cool. We're going to go ahead and put on, we're going to go FAP 1. A little bit of turbulence there. Not too bad. Alright, and FAP 1 speed checked. FAP 1. FAP 1 green light. United 1831, 1834, you've been cleared to land runway. 22. United 1384. Clear to land runway 22, United 1384. No more than 25. Jeez Louise, they're having us come in low. We're skimming the treetops. Alright, nice and heavy. Top 5. Checked. Let's continue. Runway in sight. Now I'm going to sidestep to do a visual landing. See, we have 4 reds right now. 4 reds, you're dead. But we do have ground. We do have confirmation of ground. Once we're parallel to FAF, so drop the gear and FAP 5 green light. Pitch up for, let's just maintain 5,700 until we see lights come in a little bit better. Okay, we 3 reds, 1 white. Go flight directors 1 and 2 off. Nope, Poppies works totally all the time. I'll explain how they work once we land. Just a second. Alright, and since we're pretty much a beam FAF. Alright, 2 reds, 2 whites, gear down, plus 15. Be checked. Alright, 2 reds, 2 whites. Happy. And flap 30, speed checked. We're just gonna take it a little easier on the descent rate for just a second. Oh, it's 150. Alright, we're stabilized. With our disconnect. And 1,000 feet. We're doing 153 on the speed, 900 feet per minute. And we are stabilized 2 reds, 2 whites, flat 30 green light, speed brake armed, gears down 3 green, landing clearance is received, and landing checklist is completed. Okay, set go run altitude of 5,000 feet.
Approaching minimums.
Continue.
Minimums.
This is why I call it a black. They call it a black hole sometimes. The landing lights weren't there. Bit high.
30, 20.
You break up, reverse, normal. Speed break up, reverse, normal. Could have been better. Just got a little high, got a little updrafty at the end, but what can you do? Alright, 85. Get off the runway as soon as possible for this lady. Usually I'm a little better on that center line, but yeah. These runways without the darker runways make it a little more challenging to land at. But we did it. It was fine. And can I get off there? Doesn't look like it. Yes, I can. Thank you. And the fire trucks are out here and everything, blaring their horns and going where. APU on. You know, if I was doing a real emergency approach, I should have probably turned the APU on while we're up in the air. You know what, really? I would probably just, yeah, more than likely, I would probably flip the emergency exit lights on and kill the engines right now so the lady could get off, and then we'd probably cut off. We go hydraulics, fuel. Yeah, it'd get dark for a minute as the battery would kick on. Then everybody deboard. Man, I'm tired. I didn't realize I was so tired until like just touched down. Crazy. All right, let's see. Like the pregnant lady got off. Get off my aircraft. We'll replay out to here. Wow, it's really bright, man. Ooh. You can see we're coming in great. Oh, snappy.
terrain. Too low 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 terrain.